into our nice, easy feet. Taking a moment for some quiet contemplation, thinking about maybe a seasonal intention, AKA a short-term New Year's resolution, or maybe just an intention for today, whatever you want to work on. Gently breathing, finding your way, arriving on the mat. Taking a few deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, acknowledging that you are here, that you are ready. We're going to breathe into the intention that we're setting by doing some side-to-side movement. I'm going to take my right palm, bring it down to my right thigh. Inhale the left arm up overhead, really pressing the left sit bones in. Feeling that side body stretching. That's our inhale. Maybe opening the chest toward the ceiling. And on the exhale, slowly carving the left arm through space. Left arm to the mat, left hand to the mat, right arm up overhead, pressing right sits bones in, opening the heart space, stretching the side body. And exhale, moving back and forth, slowly exhaling and inhaling. Breathing life into the intention, or just breathing life into our body. And one more. Oh, good stretch here. Hand release, coming back into center. We're going to sit back, stretching our legs out into a staff pose. And we'll start by maybe just flexing and pointing the feet, waking up the ankles, the feet, even the calves as well. And then inhaling those fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinging at the hips, diving down toward the toes. So maybe we're on the shins, maybe we're on blocks. And if we're grabbing the toes, that's great, but wherever you are. And for about 3 breaths, inhale the spine long and exhale a little bit closer. And do this about 2 more times, nice and slowly. And on your last breath, release the toes, coming back up to a seated position. We're going to do a little twist here. So keeping the left leg nice and straight and your spine nice and tall. Bring the right knee in. Give it a nice little hug. We'll do a little micro twist here. So I'm going to take my left elbow and hook on to the right knee. Do a gentle twist. We're just starting our twist here. Just warming up. So if you want to stay here, that's great. If you'd like a little bit more of a twist and your body is saying, okay, left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Remember that discomfort is good. It means that we're working toward change, but pain is not. So never go into pain. Okay, and release, and we'll switch. Okay, so right leg straight out. Bring that left knee in, spine nice and tall. Give yourself a hug, and then a gentle twist. Stay there, or a stronger twist if you want to bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. I'm looking right into the mirror and it's very distracting. Hello, hi, it's me. And release. Okay, so shaking out the legs. Now I'm going to cross my ankles and roll myself into my tabletop. And this is the Mindfulness Monday part. So I'm pressing through the, remember, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, but we're using the fingers and the feet. But this is the mindfulness, right? Really paying attention to our cat cows. Oh yeah. So take an aspect of the cat cow to become really focused on. Maybe it's feeling the chin carving through space. Back down into the chest. Maybe it's focusing on the belly, how it drops when we get into cow, or how it pulls to the spine when we're in calf. Or maybe you're mindful about the breath itself, how it feels as you inhale, how it feels as the air escapes, releases, becoming mindful and present. Take one more breath, or exhale, and come back to a neutral table. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a little calf stretching. So I'm going to put my weight on my left leg, stretch my right leg out with the toes on the mat. My right leg is nice and straight, sending energy down my back, down the leg, and down out through the heel. Maybe even rocking back and forth, gently waking up those the ankle, the toes, the bottom of the foot, your calf, and then come to a place of stillness. Hello, kitty. Now I'm going to bring my left arm out, stretching out, thumb up towards the ceiling, fingertips really pulling away from the body. You can stay here or inhale the right heel up, holding, activating our core, pulling the belly button to the spine. Hold here, or if you'd like to add in 3 to 5 leg lifts. So the right leg, lowering the toes to barely touch the mat and then bringing the heel back up about 3 or 5 times. Great. Now bring hands down, knees down. Bring the left leg out to the side so that it will support you in a side plank. So right leg stretches out, pressing through the mat with your left hand, right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Now from here, maybe you want to bring those fingertips back behind you a little bit more to open up that heart space. I'm going to be focusing on our heart a lot today to open up and make room for all those wonderful intentions that we want to achieve. And release, let's come back down to neutral table and we'll do it all again. Okay, so weight goes on the right, stretching the left leg out, toes on the mat, sending energy down the leg, out the heel, maybe rocking back and forth a little. And then come to a neutral space. Inhale, right arm out, right thumb up toward the ceiling, but still energy pulling out, pulling your arm out away from the body. Hold here, or inhale the left heel up, keeping those left toes active and pointing toward the mat, activating your core, belly button to spine. And hold it, or add in a few leg lifts, slowly or quickly, challenging your balance, activating your core even more. All right, and then the same thing on the other side, bring the hands and the knees to the mat. Right leg comes out to the bend, out to the side as your support, and then we reach the left leg straight, press through the right hand into a side plank. Left fingertips up. Breathing in. And release, coming back to the center. We'll bring our knees as wide as the sticky mat, and we'll do a little child's pose here. Toes together, send the hips back, reach those fingertips forward, maybe third eye to the mat. And maybe we'll just want to revisit that seasonal intention that you would like to manifest, if you have one. If you don't, that's okay too. Okay, from our child's pose, we'll roll ourselves up and out into a nice down dog. So curling my toes, sending the hips back, pressing through the fingers. First inversion of the day. Maybe you want to walk out your dog. Maybe you just want to find that moment of peace. But the down dog I particularly like. I know I said this every single week, but I like down dog because it helps to quiet our ego and to change our perspective. And if we're trying to make changes in our life, If we have intentions that we're trying to meet, changing our perspective is important. On your next exhale, let's tippy toe through the center of the mat, foot in front of foot, until we get to 2 feet between the hands into a forward fold. Check in with your forward fold though. Knees are gently bent. Our spine is elongated so that we're not crunching in, which leaves room for breath. And our hands are on our shins or on a block, or maybe holding the elbows and gently rocking back and forth. Just taking a second inversion here in this forward fold. Check in with our body. Okay, pressing through the feet, activating our legs. We're going to do a half sun salutation. So that means I'm going to inhale my spine nice and tall. Make sure that neck, so your head is really pulling the neck nice and tall away from you. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, pressing through the feet and the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, arms up, reaching overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Do it again. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, diving down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And this time when we exhale, we're going to come up into a chair pose. Okay, so for chair, I'm going to move back so my poor plant doesn't get abused. Okay, so in our chair, reaching those arms out, we're do a little flow here. So from here, I'm going to inhale, opening up my chest. Exhale, bring the torso toward my thighs. Maybe I get to the thighs, maybe I don't. And send the hands back as far as feels comfortable. Inhale, coming up to open up the torso, heart up, arms up. Exhale, arms come through. I don't even know what word that was. Sending my fingers back and body to torso. Now we'll come back up one more time. Inhale, arms up, and we'll stand up. This time, weight goes onto the left foot, right knee bends, toes on the mat, or right knee comes all the way up. Really spreading the weight on our left foot. If we need a wall, you can use a wall. If your knee is up, interlace your fingers and bring it on the outside of the knee, pulling the shoulders back and away to open up the heart space, open up your breathing, and then maybe do some ankle circles. Even if your knee is bent but your toes are on the mat, you can do some ankle circles with the toe on the mat. Okay, release the fingers, and we're going to step back into a warrior one. So slowly stepping back, warrior one. Check your warrior one, arms up overhead, sending the fingers up, shoulders away. And we're going to do the same thing in our warrior one that we did with the chair. So from here, I'm going to send my torso down, exhaling, torso toward my thigh, sending my arms back behind. Inhale, bringing my arms up, heart space up, torso up. Exhale, diving down again. Inhale, coming back up. And this time, exhale, bringing the right hand down to the left foot. Now, at this point, you're probably in a low lunge. Your right foot's on the ball of the foot, sending the left fingertips up toward the ceiling. We have a nice little twist here again. And what's great about twist is, for a lot of things, it helps us find where that center is. Where is our center? Where's our strength? And this is where our confidence comes from, our confidence for change, our confidence for enacting that manifestation, right? Okay, release. Bring hands on to frame the foot, lower the back knee down. Scoot the left foot forward and come up, press into the hip. So my knee is still over my left foot. My left foot is a little bit forward, but I'm pressing into the hip to try to open it up. Releasing that negativity. I'm trying to make space for positivity, right? Trying to make space for change. And we can hold here, or anyone who wants a little bit more, we'll do a little lizard. So that's, you could stay there, or scoot the left foot out to the side, bring the palms down to the center of the mat or even the forearm, and breathing into our hip pull. If your palms are on the mat, open up that chest, breathe into this. Okay, wherever you're at, bring that foot back to the center and bring your hands back to that front, to your left knee, your front knee. And we're gonna add another little twist in. Okay, so right hand holds onto the left knee, sending my left fingertip back into a twist. So I'm twisting away. Now you can hold this twist right here, or if it is in your practice, see if you can bring your right foot toward your hip and grab the right toes with your left hand. Breathing into that twist. If you are doing whatever side, try whatever kind of twist you're doing. My words are amazing today. All right, release the twist. Bring the back foot down, and we're going to send the hip back into a runner's stretch. So my left leg is now straight, left toe sending up toward the top of the ceiling, and trying to wake up my hamstrings and my calf muscles. Excellent. Framing that foot now with both my hands, I'm going to curl my right toes, straighten my right leg, and slide my left leg up into a three-legged dog. Try to balance your hips, keeping them here. Breathe into this. And then inhale, exhale, bending the left knee, sending the left hip over, stacking the hips, stretching the side body. Unstack, bring the feet together, down dog. I'm going to do a little chaturanga to up dog or into a cobra. Okay, so rolling through, I'm going to come through into my plank, hold my plank for just a moment, sending the energy out the heels, and then slowly lower down. If you need to come down to knees, do so. I'm going to come all the way down this time and inhale my spine long and away from the body and up into a cobra. Cobra or up dog, whichever one, opening our hearts up here, again, opening up for positive change. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, curling the toes, sending the hips back, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step or hop between your hands, and then we'll do it all again on the other side. So I'm going to come up, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way up, fingertips up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's keep going. All right. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, coming back into our chair pose. So just like what we did the first time, we'll do the same thing again. Okay. Really, before we start moving, take a moment to check in. Are your knees over your feet? Did you lift up your toes if necessary? So is your weight going back? All right, and here, let's do a little flow. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, torso to thighs, hands back. Inhale, torso up, fingers up. Exhale, torso, thighs, hands back. Once more, inhale, arms up, torso up, come to standing. This time, weight goes onto the right leg, left knee bends. Maybe you stay here, or we bring the left knee up about to hip height. If you're there, bring your hands, interlace the fingers in front of the left knee, pull the shoulders away, opening the chest, increasing your breath, breathing. Release the fingers and step back to warrior one. Now we're warrior one with the right leg forward. Inhale those arms up overhead. Check in with your posture here before we start moving. Okay, inhale, exhale, torso to thigh, sending fingers back. Inhale, fingers up, torso up. Exhale, torso to thigh, fingers out. Once more, inhale all the way up. And this time, exhale, left hand to the mat by the right foot, right fingertips up. Breathing into that twist. Remember, our twist helps us to find that confidence we need for change. And exhale, bringing the right hand to frame the foot, lowering the left knee down. Scoot the right foot forward, come up to the knee, both hands on the knee, and press into that hip. Make sure that the knee is over the foot, not beyond the foot. And again, if you want, you could stay here or move that right foot to the side, come down into a lizard. All right, wherever you're at, come back up, hands to the knee, foot is back in the center, and we're going to send that twist again. So my left hand's on the right knee, right hand comes back behind me. Stay in this twist, or see if you can bring the left heel up toward your hip and not fall over like I just did. Grab the left toes with your right hand, adding in a little quad stretch into our twist. All right, whatever twist you're in, slowly release, hands back down, curl the left toes, straighten the left leg, curl the left toes on the mat, straighten the left leg, and slide the right leg through to a three-legged downward dog. Inhale and exhale, bending the right knee, sending right heel toward the left, stacking the hips, stretching the side body. Inhale, unstack, exhale into downward facing dog, and then we'll do the same thing. Coming through chaturanga to up dog, or chaturanga just all the way down and maybe up into a cobra. Whichever you do, flip the feet, spine elongates away from the body, opening the heart. Remember, we're opening the heart for positive change. Okay, curl the toes, send the heels back, down dog, and now let's step into the very center of the mat, slowly rolling up. Okay, we're going to do a quick balance posture here. So some tree pose. So balance is also important. We have to remember a few things about balance. When we're going through change, we're always trying to find what that balance is. But tree is a great opportunity for us to remember that it's okay to sometimes fail. That failure is part of the journey towards success, right? Okay, so weight goes on the left foot and right knee comes out to the side. Maybe we stay at the ankle. Maybe we're at the calf. Maybe we're at the inner thigh. Maybe you need a wall, whatever you need. Knee presses out away to open up that hip outside. Bring the hands to the heart. Feel the weight on all four corners of the left foot. Knee is gently bent. Holding here, or you can bring the arms out, palms up. The palms up represent that we are willing and ready to accept the universe's gifts to manifest our goals, right? Awesome. Okay, take one more deep breath here. And exhale, stepping wide for a nice wide-legged forward fold. Okay, so feet are just a little bit wider than our hips. Inhale, spine long. Let the heart lead. So it takes our confidence for our heart to lead us, right? So our heart is leading into our forward fold. Hands are on a block, on a shin, or maybe we're at our elbows again, gently rocking back and forth. Whatever your forward fold looks like, that's what you need. Okay, so remember that this stability in our process, that's what we need. It's all part of the process, right? Okay, release the arms or whatever you're holding on to, roll back up, come into the center, and then we'll do the opposite. Okay, so weight on the right, Left knee moves out to the side at the ankle, the calf, with the inner thigh. Hands to heart, spine is nice and tall. Bring the arms out, palms up. Universe, I'm ready to receive your gift. And again, stepping wide, you can either do the forward fold or bring your toes just barely at hip distance, heels in, and we'll slowly lower down into a malasana. And remember with malasana, that's the yogic squat. Knees are going out to the sides, toes are out to the sides, elbows are at the knee, palms in, or elbows are at the calf and palms down to the mat. You could also be sitting on a block if that would help you. Let's open up the hips in order to release the negativity and bring us into a place of positivity. Okay, we're so close to the mat, we'll just go ahead and roll back down, sitting on the mat. And we're nearly done. We're gonna do a little boat pose. I like boat because any of that ab work is so uncomfortable, right? So in order to make change, we have to get into a place of being uncomfortable. Like I said before, never in pain, but discomfort is probably what's going to lead us out of our regular way. Okay, so we know boat pose, right? So feet are on the mat, knees are gently bent. You can grab backs of the thighs if you need to, and leaning back, opening up our heart space again, or release those thighs, palms up to receive the gifts of the universe, or bring those toes up. Let's make it get weird, make it uncomfortable, guys, because that's where our change is. I did happen to write about that, actually. I wrote a blog about this. You go to the website. It's all about how climbing, rock climbing, has helped me learn how to manifest change. Good eye opener today, but I was definitely uncomfortable in some of my climbs today. They were so hard. Okay, wait, take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale, release. We definitely could have gone longer, and I invite you to come back to it, but we'll do some closing postures here. But if you'd like to go back to doing some more boats, highly recommend. Okay, so feet on the mat, knees are bent. I'm going to slowly roll down, slowly, keeping my hands out. See if I can control it. Woo! All right. Knees are bent. Bring the heels in. We're going to do a little bridge pose. So pressing through my hands and my arms and my feet. Inhale the hips up toward the mat. Do a little counter stretch here from our boat. Maybe interlacing the fingers. Maybe putting a block under the hips if you'd like a little support. Breathing into this. Acknowledging all the work that we have done today. Take one more deep breath in and release. Release the fingers, release spine vertebrae by vertebrae. And we'll just do a gentle windshield wiper here before we get into our final posture. Windshield wiper the knees side to side, slowly loosening up the back. And then we'll bring the bottoms of our feet together for a Supta Baddha Konasana. Allowing the knees to fall to the side. One last time to check in with our hips and releasing any of the negative energy. And I invite you to bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. We'll take 3 deep breaths here and I invite you to just witness how your body changes with breath. And remember that change is good. Change is exciting. Change means that we are not stagnant. And change means that we are still alive and vibrant.